Hey Pisces, welcome to your mid-March check-in. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you'd like, for further messaging, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, as well as if you'd like to book a one-on-one reading with me. The link is in the description box below, as well as information about the decks that I have used. And for you aspiring readers out there, a link to my class Total Tarot if you'd like to check that out. So let us dive in, Pisces. Love this. Okay, we have Harvest, Practice, and Slow Down. Compassion is at the bottom of the deck here. So what I'm getting here is like you kind of have your eyes on the prize. Things, you know, and you're putting in the effort to get what you desire. You know, and things are actually pretty good for you right now, I feel like, Pisces. I feel like one thing that's happening is like you're really kind of stepping into your own in terms of finding a process, maybe educating yourself, keeping up to date with certain information or techniques and to some degree. And then with the slow down card, what I feel is just like making sure that you're not putting too much pressure on results, on outcomes, that you're doing things with a certain level of enjoyment and appreciation for the journey. I also feel like, you know, it's almost just like a change. It almost feels like a change in your destiny or something. Like some types of changes that you never really thought were possible are starting to make their way possible now. Which is causing you to step into gear and to take action with this practice card. I strongly feel. I also get a sense that, you know, there's some type of, you're inspired to take on like a longer challenge or commitment is something that's coming through here. Let's pull the cards and see what else we've got. Yeah, we have the Judgment card. So card. I said car, so maybe you're thinking about investing in some type of car. But with the Judgment card, it's answering a call, a wake-up call, some type of destiny, some purpose. You're really paying attention and, you know, responding to some type of opportunity that's fallen into your lap or that's been unique to you. Something that's in alignment with something that you want to cultivate. This King of Pentacles here, and it's like, you know, when I see this King of Pentacles reversed, it's really following your heart. You may not have everything that you need right now to get it done, but you're pouring a lot of heart into it, and that's ultimately what matters. Here with the Nine of Wands, I feel like there's some times where you do need to draw some lines in the sand, though, when it comes to allowing your past to haunt you, or those feelings or expectations, patterns of some sort, you know, waiting in anticipation for you. It's like, no, you need to set some clear boundaries in terms of your internal narratives here, and really allow yourself to be more open to the possibilities. Yeah, we have the Chariot card, always representative of victory. Also, like stuttering here, I feel like it's clear to make yourself known, to speak up, no hesitation. That's really a lot to do with the Chariot card, is not hesitating, using our intuitive abilities, making making quick, responsible decisions as needed. I feel like you've really, again, you have your eyes on the prize with something, and I feel like you're adjusting things as necessary, as long as you maintain a steady pace. Don't go too fast. Don't take on too much. You'll be just fine. You got to keep that chariot nice and light in order to move with agility, in order to maneuver around whatever obstacles may lay in your path. Here we have this Ten of Wands. I feel like wherever you may feel exhausted or tired, I think you're getting time for some rest soon, being able to recuperate, rejuvenate. I think that whatever you're doing right now, it's gonna kind of be good and ride. You'll be able to ride things out at a certain point and just take a break and just rest. Maybe cashing in your chips or something like that, or just letting things unfold. But I feel like everything is kind of well orchestrated for you to take a break at some point in the near future. To daydream a little bit is another thing that I'm getting, as well as allowing yourself to enjoy life, enjoy love a bit more. I know 10 of Wands usually has to do with a lot of work, but what do we do? What do we work for? And I think that's maybe something that you may be asking yourself these days, Pisces. I feel like it's really necessary for you to you know, get the upper hand and find the higher ground in terms of some things that, you know, could be better. Some situations that could improve, you know, and could have room for improvement. Let's see, we have the Four of Swords, but I think there's a tendency here to get a little hung up on the details, not allow yourself space when you maybe feel like overwhelmed, or again, like that internal narrative, like making sure you're drawing the line in the sand, because you may feel there may be moments where you feel a little bit overwhelmed or overcome by something that's going on. You feel like you don't really have a firm grasp on what's going to happen or what is happening, but that's why you're taking time to manage things, to pour your heart into it, to spend a little extra time learning what you can. I feel like research and education is very important here, as well as a positive attitude, you know? So let's pull some other cards here and see what else that we've got in order to gain some more clarity, my dear Pisces. We have the High Priestess. All right. So I feel like there's some certain things coming to light, allowing you to not move in instinctive ways that are like a punch to the gut. Because there's a difference between instinct and intuition. And some of our instincts aren't always that great because they're rooted in something that may not be in alignment with what we're going after. We have the Four of Wands, and I feel like you're really striving for some type of security in some area of your life, really attempting to cross some threshold and enter a new space somehow, with whatever it is that you've got focused on. It's like you're working hard. It's like you're pulling your hair back. You're trying to make sure that maybe you have new memories that you can cultivate. And, you know, it's like there's something really stuck out in terms of how you were raised, and there's some way you either want to move away from it or kind of honor it and come in, and I don't know, it can go either way depending on who you are and what you've got going on. We have this Nine of Wands, we have this Chariot card. So again, it's like if you're not willing to, let's see, if you're not willing, don't get tempted here. I feel like with this Nine of Wands, I feel like there may be times where you're exhausted, or some situation may worry you, put you on the edge of your seat. And then we have this Chariot card here, which is suggesting like you've got to be okay with a certain amount of mystery. You got to be okay with not everything happening at once or at your hand. It's more about you responding to it, right? And this is the lower kind of representation of response, and this is kind of the higher representation if that Chariot was upright, right? But I feel like there's a tendency to get defensive. There's a need to create boundaries. There's also a need to not lean into temptations here. We have the Sun card in the recent past, which is just telling me basically you may have felt a little bit unsuccessful. Here we have the Strength card on the other side of that. I feel like, you know, you may not believe a lot in your own strengths, but maybe that's something that could be changing too. But it's like you've got to start leaning more into who you are and what you're naturally capable of, because that may have been the one thing that you've been avoiding, and it's the one thing that you need in order to carry you forth. It's like, what are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? How can you apply it to this goal, this dream, you know, this course of action? Here we have the Ace of Swords. I feel like you're not really sure. Like, I feel like you're getting a feeling of something, but you're still not really sure on the details, not really getting clear 100%. I feel it's almost like there's a challenge that needs to be met, and you're putting in the effort and pulling yourself up to make it, to do something, to make something work, to give something space. We have the Seven of Wands again, but you're dealing with kind of unforeseen, unknown circumstances. You may not know the people that you'd be engaging with. Here with the Five of Pentacles, I feel like the hope is to move into a new space, to release lack mindset. And then the future outcome is this Queen of Cups. But what I feel here is like maybe kind of not being as tuned in or plugged in into where your energy's at, I feel like you may kind of run yourself weary. So let's kind of see what we can do, or maybe what the cause of that is. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I think it's because you're putting a lot on yourself. You're trying to make things work. You've got some type of routine, or you're refining something. You're working really hard, really kind of putting life on hold to a certain degree. But with this Page of Cups, it's necessary for you to make sure that there's still a balance. There's still room for surprises. You get too immersed in something and you invest a certain amount of energy of expectation, there's no room for surprise. So like, be willing to play. Yes, it's good to put in that extra time, but you also have to be willing to play a little bit. I feel like that is crucial here, especially if you want to cultivate. If this Four of Wands, the security, whatnot, is something you want to cultivate. Because yeah, with this Ace of Wands, I feel like what you really need is going to be the one thing, is going to come from the one situation that you're not offering yourself the time or the space in. So be mindful of that. But anyways, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for listening in, and until next time, bye.